Honoring those who make a lifelong contribution to the city, it's an annual tradition for the Lloydminster Lions Club. Here's Kelsey Bloxham with more on the winner of Citizen of the Year.
I wasn't expecting it at all. I was just floored.
And floored he was, receiving the award in front of his entire family.
I'm overwhelmed. I really am. I certainly appreciate the honor, and I don't know that I deserve it.
Bill has dedicated his life to the community he was born in, involved with the Air Cadets Relay for Life, the Handy Van Society, and a pioneer in the amateur radio operator industry.
People like that, sometimes they just don't get a lot of recognition. And so we as the Lions Club like to try and recognize these people that do a lot of work.
And much of that work would not have been possible without the support of his wife, Jean, creating a bit of a twist to this year's award.
Normally it's usually just the one recipient, but this year both have been involved in the community over the years, and we felt that it was only just that we should give them an award.
She was just important, as important to it as I was always. She's been a great support and given me a prod and a push when I needed it.
The honor serves as yet another accomplishment Bill and Jean have shared together in their 60 years of marriage. Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.
The Lloydminster Public Library has renewed a lease to stay in its current location, but there could be a big move in the near future. Its lease with Service Credit Union is renewed for a 3-year term. The library will continue to operate from the Atrium Center.
The library management have a mindset and direction, and we want to understand that before we make any long or longer commitments.
And the direction the library is looking to head in is building its own infrastructure.
I think it's reasonable that we'll talk about it this year in council and just make a decision as to whether we want to renew that short-term lease for a longer term.
Canada has a long and rich history, and today students in Bonnyville got to dive a little deeper into part of the country's heritage. As Clayton Brown explains, Notre Dame elementary students and staff kicked off the school's French Cultural Week with some special guests.
For 29 years, Gilbert Perron has been part of Les Boucherons, and he's been traveling across the country, helping Canadians connect with the French heritage.
I really enjoy seeing the kids light up when they hear our songs, our dances, and when they participate in our activities. It gives me a joie de vivre inside.
The grade 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8 immersion learn to play like la cuillère and les bonhommes gigueurs and la danse carrée.
Not only did the students learn new skills, but the hands-on approach is a great way for them to learn about French history.
I thought it was really cool to learn about the Canadian heritage and all about all the voyageurs.
It was fun trying new dance moves and things I've never learned yet.
We got to play with these little wooden dolls and made them dance to a song. It was fun.
School officials say they place a big importance on learning more about the French-Canadian way of life and making sure the students are exposed in different ways.
We try every year to bring French cultural opportunity or events into our schools. It's a big part of our curriculum. It's not every day that they have that opportunity.
In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
The SPCA's Comedy Cabaret is this Saturday, and the cutoff for silent auction items is this coming Thursday. On this week's Pet Project, Allison and Jennifer give us more information, along with introducing us to some loving pets eager for loving owners.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Spartan.
Yes, Spartan. He's definitely a loving dog. He's about a year old, German Shepherd. He is neutered. He's up to date on all of his vaccines except for his rabies vaccine, and he's also microchipped. He's young. He has an extremely high energy, but he definitely hasn't been very well socialized up to this point. He requires an experienced owner that is comfortable with him being an only dog. He definitely is very loving, is very, very sweet, but he's not showing very well at the shelter right now. He just has too much pent-up energy. But with the right person, that right owner that's willing to train him and work with him, he's going to make somebody a really great dog.
And this is Belle.
Yes, Belle is a 3-year-old calico domestic shorthair. She is spayed. She is up to date on her vaccines, does need a rabies vaccine, and she's also microchipped. She actually is our longest resident here at the shelter right now. She came in August 13th with her 8 kittens, if you can believe it, and has been with us since. She's a very independent cat, but she does like getting her cuddles in. For anybody that's interested in her, best thing to do is bring the whole family down to the shelter for a meet and greet. She does seem to get along really well with other cats, so that's always a bonus.
So Jennifer, the Comedy Cabaret is this Saturday.
Yes, we're very excited for it. It's going to be a really fun time. Just wanted to let people know that it's final call for silent auction items. So anybody that's interested in donating an item to our Comedy Cabaret, the items need to be in at the SPCA by this Thursday.
Perfect. And thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.
A blast from the past. For the first time, the Lloydminster Regional Archives is offering video as a part of its collection. And if you're a die-hard viewer of local news, you may just recognize some of what you're about to see.
Hair choices we'd like to forget, but stories we'll always remember.
Tragedies, tales of heroism, tales of development and growth, tales of commerce. It's all there.
All there with a simple click of a mouse. 4 years of footage at your fingertips.
The entire database, all 4,257 items, will be there for you to browse.
They're here, lurking in the shadows of Father Gorman's school library are alien tomato plants.
Funny how much things change, but still stay the same.
The new facility was created by an architect who designs prisons. He's incorporated features such as colored windows to make the place vibrant.
Pain at the pumps, a little different 2 decades later.
So far, the federal government has provided $12 million to assist owners of bone-dry soil.
And drought conditions still a concern every dry season.
History is everything we are. If you know what you wear, then you can tell where you're going, and it's important for our young people to know about the community and about the area.
And even some familiar faces, probably not too sure what to make of drudging up video from over 20 years ago. Now with 1988 to 1992 in the books.
We're waiting to see if we can get some funding to do the next 100 tapes, which is, we figure, about 5.25 years.
Another piece of history digitized for the future, hopefully without the hair from the past.
To request archived video yourself, you can visit the address right there on your screen. Well, Lakeland College hosted a spelling bee this afternoon, but instead of kids getting up on stage, it was local celebrities. David Semchism shows us the brave local stars getting a real-life spell check.
Enamel. E-N-A-M-E-L. Enamel.
Correct. The gladiators of the past were built for strength, speed, and agility, but at this battleground, it's the pen that's mightier than the sword, and all that stands between these contestants and failing is a dictionary.
The rules are on the wall, and the competition was intimidating. Even the judges were ready to ring out a wrong answer. The theme of the contest was I am still learning, and for each celebrity that misspelled, you could say something new was learned.
When it comes to lifelong learning, I think it's something that we all do, even though we don't even realize it. Like just today, taking part in the spelling bee, I learned the meanings of some words that maybe I'd heard before, but wasn't sure of the definition.
More than 13 rounds went on before it was down to contestant Heather and the masked alphabet speller. In the end, the mysterious Mexican won the showdown, but for organizers from Lakeland, it was this message they want spelt out.
The contest today was held in promotion of International Adult Learners Week, which runs from March 24th to April 1st. The college definitely supports continuing education.
For the celebrities in this contest, the challenge demonstrated that learning is lifelong.
In my field as a coach, anytime you stop learning, you stop growing, you might as well get out of the business.
Training? Well, I mean, I do have a degree in English, so that's as well prepared as I think anybody could be for this one. And yet, it wasn't good enough to win. I got beat by the alphabetic speller.
David Semchism, Newcap News.